So, very good morning, everyone. So, thanks for joining. Many students have joined, more than 100 students, and respective faculty members and our HOD sir. Very good morning. Today, as from GNIT, we are organizing. EC department is organizing a webinar on sparking ideas and creative thinking. So, it's my pleasure to welcome Mr. Mela Chetan, who is a software engineer at ADP. He has more than 5 years experience in the software industry. So, this topic we have taken, we have an idea club in the GNIT. So, the main agenda of this idea club is to welcome the ideas, startup ideas, or any kind of project ideas in the GNI. So the thing the student want to develop and you want to start up is you want to start a startup which is a successful startup. The idea is plays a key role, and how to make this idea successful and how to choose this idea, whether it will be worthful or not, time decides, but still we have to take few measures before starting any startup, before investing something. Our time, even time also, time is very valuable. That's the reason this topic has been chosen by Mr. Chetan sir. So it's my great pleasure to welcome Mr. Chetan sir to being associated with EC department, especially with GNI. So why to waste this valuable time of students and faculty and Chetan sir. So I welcome Chetan sir to start this session, and this session will be very interesting. Those who have some idea, let's have a startup, let's have own entrepreneurship. So nowadays the trend is changing. No one is want to do jobs. Many I am seeing that students trends, right? They want to do something innovative, some idea. They want to start startups. Okay, let's see this how best this. I feel that this session should be useful to you in your life. So thanks for giving this opportunity. I hand over my session to Chetan sir. Sir, please unmute your mic, sir, and you can start your presentation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mohidin sir, for giving a brief introduction about me. First of all, I welcome each and every student and the HOD of ECE department GNIT for having me here. Thank you for having me here. I'm Chetan. I'm working as a software developer in ADP. So here we are today we are to discuss about the ideas and the creative thinking. So as I'm working at ADP, let me tell you why ADP got established actually. Because it was a basic idea. There was some idea behind the ADP being established into the society. Because at ADP, what we do is we do the payroll for the clients. That is, you all know what payroll is, right? At the end of every month, in the Indian scenario, at the end of every month, we receive our paychecks, right? So in order to do that payroll processing and everything, in the Indian industry, it's like each and every company, they take care of them, their employees' paycheck generation and everything. But if you go to the Western countries or to the US or Canada or any other countries, they majorly concentrate only on their work. That is, if they are running a restaurant or any other industry like a manufacturing industry, they just concentrate on manufacturing processes and running of their own business, because the payroll in other countries is not that simple as it is in India, because the governments there provide a lot of benefits to their people, like providing the insurance, and also the tax slabs are different. In India, it's like you pay a flat slab rates are like you pay 10% of your income or 15% or 30%, that is max. But in the other countries, it's not like that. It depends on the number of dependents you have, how many of are dependent on you in your family. It's like that. So it's a complex task for them to come up with a payroll processing for their employees. So instead of recruiting multiple employees in multiple organizations, because each country has thousands and lakhs of companies, right? It may be in an IT industry, it may be in a mechanical industry, in electronics industry, everything. In every industry, there are lakhs of people working. So what happens is the payroll structure for each and every country varies from one country to another. The rules and regulations of the government vary. So uh, if I'm running a company in US, I need to recruit some qualified personnel who have a good knowledge about the rules and regulations of the US about the payroll. In order to avoid all this ruckus, what they did is the ADP has come up with an idea of establishing a company which majorly concentrates on the payroll so that the other companies can concentrate on only on their business, and they can be set, they can be free by themselves, that they can outsource their work. Do you know what outsourcing is, right? A part of the job which ought to be done within the company is being given to other company that is outside of the organization, so that they work on behalf of you and give the work back to you. I mean, they deliver it on time. So ADP has established like this. Why am I talking about all this? As we are talking about the ideas and the creativity, what happened here is, with this idea of ADP, there has been an employment to few thousands of people. The ADP currently has around 70,000 people all over the world. And ADP is a multinational company which has its branches in almost 100 plus countries. So it's not only that US payroll, it also deals with payroll related to maybe like Philippines, Japan, and any other European countries. So the idea here was to reduce the efforts of the company who were processing their own payrolls, and they instead of recruiting the qualified personnel who can understand the payroll of different countries. And instead of doing all this, ADP has taken that and established a company and given an employment to many people all around the world. So this is one of the idea which ADP has come up with, and because of that, we are working on, many has got employment. When do we think of an idea actually? Anyone can unmute and tell. Maybe. When do you come up with an idea? Okay, let me.
The problem in the society, sir.
Yeah, you're right. Whenever we have some problem, we try to come up with an idea. Unless and until we face some issue, we never know that that is actually a problem, right? So, how many of you here are thinking only about the as a student, most of you think like that, that it's only that marks are important and only your academics are important and not anything other than that. So most of you might be thinking on that lines, right? I need to score good percentage at the end of the semester, and I need to get a good job and settle down, that's it. But do you think that only percentage will get you a job? No, right? You need to be innovative enough. You need to showcase your talent to the company, whatever the company you are going to be attend an interview tomorrow. Maybe like you might be in your third year, something like that. As you see, most of the people are with some 18 dash roll number. So I think you have joined in 2018, right? Instead of your academics, you need to be innovative enough to project yourself among many people around there, right? So in order to project yourself to be distinct among the other people, how do you project yourself? If let's consider here we are around 95 people, and let's say 80 people here are students, and you all 80 people went for a job, a single job opportunity that is present in the market. Out of 80, he'll be recruiting only one. Do you think that they recruit only on the basis of your percentage? Only your class topper will get recruited? No, right? So what do they actually consider in you? Although you may argue with me that yes, sir, we need a good percentage as well, that only then we'll be allowed for the interview. Yes, that's correct to some extent. Because if you see most of the job descriptions out there, it's like they mention that it's only like 60 or 70% aggregate in your engineering is enough to get a gate pass to attend an interview. Isn't that? Yes. So instead of concentrating only on your academics, you need to improve your skills as well. So you need to come up with, once you develop your skills, you automatically will come up with many ideas in order to solve the problems. Why do you think that an employer will recruit the employees? In order, the thing why do they recruit the employees? Only because of they want their work to get completed in an easy manner, instead of doing a single employer can anyways not do the whole work that is present inside the company. So they divide the work into chunks and give it to each and every person, and they want their work to get completed on time. Let's discuss about few of the real world scenarios about the ideas and the innovations that took place in the last 2 decades, maybe. Uh, okay, let me ask you a question. What are the famous mobile brands in the market, in the world today? Anyone can answer. You can unmute yourself. Okay, let me answer that for you. Most of them might be knowing, but you are hesitating to tell that. That's it. The two famous brands that we all know is that one is Samsung, the other is Apple, right? Why do you think they are leading the market? If you go 20 years back, like in the late 90s or the early 2000s, what was the only brand that mobiles were selling? I mean, what was the famous brand over then? Wasn't it Nokia and BlackBerry? Yes, right? Why
So the
do you
answer
think?
is Chetan. There are two links are there, Mr. Chetan sir. So in the streaming link, they are giving the answers. It is Nokia as for the second question. In the first question is like Apple, OnePlus. So in the streaming link, whatever they say, I will convey to you.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks for that info. So going back to the late 90s or the early 2000s, the famous brands were Nokia and BlackBerry. Most of us might be knowing that, right? Why do you think that they are not any? They didn't survive in the market? Why are they replaced with Samsung and Apple or any other like OnePlus? You all told OnePlus as well, the famous brands. Why do you think? Because they didn't
Lack of
innovate
innovation.
themselves. Yeah, lack of innovation. Yeah, you're right. What happened is Samsung came up with the touch phones and also integrated camera into the phones, and they try to be innovative enough so that they can lead the market today. And also there are many other although BlackBerry was providing a good amount of security, they couldn't withstand with the market. Right, today BlackBerry is not in the market anymore, right? So what I'm trying to tell you here is that every day you need to be innovative and think out of the box. Even if you are if you are given a task and you can complete it with a certain process and you feel that it's done and you keep it aside. No, it's not like that. In order to withstand in the market, you always need to be innovative enough to do the same work. Maybe you're doing the same work for the nth time. You need to at least reduce the time, the amount of time taken to do the same work. If you're doing it in the very first time, I have given a simple task of writing some program for you, and if the program is I mean, like initially you write what do you call, you write an algorithm, you write a pseudo code, and you just execute it, and then you write some program and execute it. And if that program is like it's taking around 1 hour to run to give you the result, what do you do the next time? You try to reduce the time, right? So what you're doing here is you're trying to innovate yourself. That is, you're optimizing the code there, right? Whenever you step step into your job, the thing you want to showcase is that whenever I can tell you a real life scenario, what happened with us as well. Initially, we had a client. I can't tell you the name of the client because uh, we had a client and we actually get work in terms of hours, and they pay to the company in like some X dollars per hour. And what happened is that in the initial year, they were okay with that. And as the client was new, they were listening to us and everything was going on a smooth manner. But if the same kind of work is coming the next year, they were reducing the amount of time that is needed to complete. Because they were telling that what were your innovations? How do you try to reduce your the efforts? Okay. So here, every time you need to be in a situation that you need to improve yourself, you need to be innovative enough to reduce the efforts. So you need to come up with ideas. Because because this is a new problem. There is a new problem every day. The problem here today is to reduce the time, right? Initially, it was like whenever a new client comes, you had a problem that you need to deliver it on time. That's it. And there was a stipulated period of time, a good amount of time. But if the same kind of work is coming with the second time, they tell you that you need to give it like, I'll give only the 50% of the amount of time that I have given you initially. So here you need to optimize you need to think of how to optimize the things. How do you complete it? uh, let's take about one more real life example. If you go back to the early 2000s, if you want to get some money, you need to go to the bank. You need to write a check, or you need to fill in a form, and you need to stand in a queue to withdraw your own money, right? Isn't that? Later, what happened? ATM got uh, into the market. ATMs were established in the market. With that, what happened is whenever you need some money, you directly go to the ATM instead of waiting in the long queues. ATMs were available at every place. And the issue with the banks was that banks were working only 5 days or 6 days a week. So the idea was to reduce the the length of the lines that is present in the banks. They came up with an idea of ATM machines. What happened with that? And also to to make it available to people 24/7, they came up with an idea of ATM machines. What happened here is it not only reduced the work at the banks, but also created employment to many other people, isn't that? Because you need a person to load in the money into the ATM machines. So new employment has been established. And also to maintain the ATMs, like the servers and everything, a centralized server and everything like that, you need a specially skilled employees. So upskilling took place over there. So a single idea has led to the upskilling of many people, and it generated many employment opportunities as well. Right. And later what happened? Even if you see nowadays, once the digitization took place at the end of 2016, you all know about the demonetization, right? What happened after that? Slowly, ATMs are also getting out of shape now. Now that we are using many applications on our mobile to transfer our money and everything. So let's take the example of Paytm. Why do you think Paytm came into existence? Do you think Paytm was there only in 2016 after digitization was introduced? And by the way, do you know Paytm is an Indian company?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what happened? Why do you think Paytm was introduced? Do you know the full form of Paytm? Anyone? It's pay through mobile. Okay. So a person is come up with an idea of that every person in this world need to pay, to complete their payments with the help of only their mobile. So what happened that once the Paytm has been introduced, there is a wallet. You all know that whenever I want to transfer the money or whenever I want to give some money to my friend, instead of going to the ATMs nowadays, what we are doing, we are just sending it from one wallet to another wallet. Yeah, so it has reduced a lot of work for us, right? Instead of going to the stepping out of our home and searching for an ATM, and there might be a situation that there might not be enough money in the ATM as well sometimes. So in the beginning, you used to go to the banks to fetch your own money, to get your own money. Later, you went to ATMs. And later, right now, sitting at your home, you're transferring the money. So here, what happened? They saw that there was a potential problem in each and everything, and they came up with new ideas every time. So whenever you face a situation, you always come up with new solutions to that. Those solutions are nothing but that maybe a technological solution or anything. That is why uh, we are able to use many of the applications nowadays. All the applications have been introduced only because they felt the need for it. They felt that there was some problem in the older versions or older way, the way the things were being done in the initial days. Okay. Let's take the example of another real world example is the food app applications. What about the food app applications? Like we use many applications nowadays like Swiggy, Zomato, Fazos and everything. Initially, it was like you need to visit the restaurant and you need to go to the restaurant to have some food. And so it was only then for the business to continue, you need customers to come to a single place, a certain place, so that is to the restaurants or tiffin centers in order to have a good amount of business. But with the advantage of having these applications, what is happening is that right by sitting at your home, you're ordering your favorite food and having it in no time, right? And with this, what is happening? Even if you are not interested to go to a certain restaurant, you're not feeling well or something, maybe any other scenario, the restaurant owner is able to complete his business, right? He's not facing any losses. He is actually gaining new customers instead of having a large place where he need to spend a lot of amount of money for renting out for taking it out for a rent and paying a huge amount of rent. Even with the help of a cloud kitchen, he's able to attract customers, right, by registering it on the Zomato and any other food application, right? uh, and what we can and also what is happening with this, it has also created employment to many people in the market. Like you have many delivery persons delivering it your food, right? It's not like when you order it for the second time, do you ever see that the same person delivering the food to your house every day? No, right? If you're ordering like once in a week, every week do you see the same person delivering it? No, right? So it has created a lot of employment opportunities as well. So you always need to think in such a way that your ideas need to be useful to the society as well. It should solve your problem, and also not only your problem, but also the problems that other people are facing. So think on those lines. Try to be innovative. Let's talk about one more scenario. This is once again a real world scenario. I'll show you a video as well. Before that, let me tell you a problem statement and see how you guys will. Is there anyone who has an idea to solve this problem? I have a truckload of pomegranates. Say they are of different sizes, maybe like 4 different sizes. So you need to unload that. For that unloading, you anyways need a single person would be enough. And you need to segregate those pomegranates based on the size. There are 4 or 5 different sizes of pomegranates. I need to segregate them so that I could fix a price for that. So how is that possible? For that segregation, one of the obvious ways is put in a good amount of labor and ask them to segregate it. But is there any easier way to do that? Can any one of you think? You can come up with your answers. Even it's wrong, no, it's not a big issue.
They're answering, sir, in the next link, streaming link. Yes, something there.
Okay. Okay, let's see how this problem has been solved. I'll show you a video in which this problem is being solved in a simple manner. You might be thinking of any complex situations, complex scenarios, but it's not like that. It's a very simple way in which this problem has been solved by a single person. You don't even need a huge amount of labor to solve this. I mean, like to segregate it, a single person sitting at a single place, he could complete the task in no time. Let me present you the video. Let me know if you are able to see my screen.
Yes, Chetan. It is very clear.
Okay. This is the one video. You can see. Let me play this and later.
No. It is 1 minute.
Slow in the
Have you seen the video? How he has solved the issue? Isn't it a similar, a simple way to solve a real world scenario? What did he do? He just took help of two rods, right? He just placed them in parallel by just increasing the distance between the parallel rods from one end to the another. Initially, the distance between the rods was small, so that only the small apples, the small pomegranates would fall into the box which is present below that. Going far from one end to the other end, the size of the distance between the rods have been increased, so that just by sitting at a single place, he was able to sort the different sizes of pomegranates into different boxes. So what happened here is he has solved it in a very simple and without the help of much labor and everything. He just applied his skill. Okay. And let's take another example. You might have already seen this on the social media as well. During the COVID times, what happened? There were many regulations like you need to follow the social distancing, maintain at least certain distance, wear a mask and everything. So let's consider the scenario of an auto rickshaw. We all travel in auto rickshaws, right? So let's take an example of a 3-seater auto where 3 different persons can travel. Maybe let's see that you're not traveling with your family persons. Let's consider that to be a sharing one, and during the COVID times, what happened, in order to maintain social distancing, you cannot travel with three different people sitting at on a single seat, that is a three-seater auto, right? So what happened? They need to, either the driver has to take only one person in his auto, or else he just have to ignore it. If he's ready to take one person, what was happening over there? If I am the person who want to travel in an auto rickshaw, I'm the only one traveling, and there is a seat for two more people. There is chance for two more people to join in, but due to the social distancing norms, I should be the only person traveling, right? And I need to be bearing the cost of the other two persons as well. If I was charged 100 rupees for one person, if he is charging, I need to pay for the other two persons who are not traveling. I need to bear the cost of another additional 200 rupees. That is for traveling the same distance. I need to pay 300 rupees now due to the COVID norms and everything. So how did they come up with a solution for this? You might have seen that in an auto rickshaw. I mean, many posts on the internet, the trending social media sites, and everywhere. Can anyone answer for that?
They started using transparent sheets to make partitions in between the passengers and the driver.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
now-
you are right. Yes, you are right. So what happened with this? A small idea has reduced my cost, right? Instead of paying 300 rupees in our example, I was just paying 100 rupees, and I was maintaining social distancing with all these sheets in between the passengers, right? So whenever a problem strikes you, you come up with an idea, right? So always try to think out of the box and come up with the newer ideas every day, and try to stay distinct among the other persons. Never follow the similar process every time. If you're expecting different results, you need to change your process of performing the task as well, right? You can't expect the same output, but a different output by following the same process. Uh, okay, let me stop here and open it for the questions or any ideas that you would like to share in front of your friends, in front of your faculty or the HOD. It's open for you now. Even if you have any questions, you can come up. Okay, I see most of them are on mute. I assume there are no questions or nothing for me. Yeah. Yeah, that's it from my end, Mohideen, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. So, 1 minute. Yeah, right. So if our students get some questions, can we pass these questions to you, sir, at any point of time?
Sure. You can definitely pass it to me. You can get connect again. We can discuss on that line.
A few students may not ask the questions in the live, but they may ask later.
Yeah.
Generally, that's a student's mentality. So, thank you very much, sir. I will pass my. Sir, but just Kiranmay madam. Okay. So I'll ask Kiranmay madam. I request Kiranmay madam to give vote of thanks for this session. Madam, please unmute, madam.
Good afternoon to all. Good afternoon, Mr. Chetan, sir. And on behalf of JNI institutions, am I audible, sir? Audible, sir?
Madam, it is very
Yes,
clear.
yes, you're audible.
Yeah.
Your camera adjustment. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. On behalf of GNI institutions and on behalf of EC department, we extend our heartfelt thanks to you, sir. And I greatly appreciate and I show my deep sense of gratitude to our HOD for giving such an wonderful opportunity to get speakers like you. And I also thank Mrs. Vasanthi ma'am and Moinuddin sir for organizing such a beautiful talk. Sir, it has been very thought-provoking session. Like basically, students will be focusing on academics and all, but you made a very important point that how they should project themselves before the interviewers. Not only just projecting, but showing their credentials to make themselves stand different with the others. So this is a very important point. I think which will be helping our students to face the interviews. And you have given very real-time scenarios. So which has been a very mind grilling session to the students. Not only they will think that they should just get a job and for the sake of money, but you also whatever education they have done, it will be helpful to the society. This is a very important point you have made, sir, which has been very inspiring to our students. And you also the last example what you have shown has been very inspiring. That solving the day-to-day life with very simple methods. So just by a little bit of thought-provoking and putting our thinking direction in a different way, they can get out with very simple solutions which will be useful to the society. So thank you very much, sir, for giving such an important and mind-blowing session. And we expect many such lectures from your side. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you.
So thanks for students also for joining the session. That's it for today. I think we can close the session from now, right now. Thank you for joining. And students can exit.
Thanks.
నేను చూసిన మీ బాబు ఎంత బాగా మాట్లాడుతున్నాడు అసలు